When the seasonal thaw hits the village of Golabad, the landscape undergoes a total visual overhaul. The dormant, frost-bitten plains are quickly replaced by a dense, vividly colored tapestry of flora during the spring bloom. For two local children, Arad and his sister Ava, this changing environment serves as an expansive playground. They spend their days actively mapping and exploring the newly sprouted terrain. The shift in seasons is officially marked by a community-wide event, the Spring Festival. Their mother announces that the entire family will travel down into the vibrant green valleys to participate. Curious, slightly analytical tone. Arad's immediate response to this news is highly revealing. He asks his mother if they will be allowed to pick the flowers. He sees an object of striking natural beauty and immediately acts on the human impulse to extract it, the desire to claim physical ownership over what we admire. This is a biological drive we all share. We see something beautiful in the wild, and we want to hold it in our hands. Yet, to actually sustain a local ecosystem, human beings must learn to override this instinct to consume the very thing they find attractive. Arad's mother immediately steps in to establish the rules of engagement. She explains they can look at them, lean in to smell them, but they are strictly forbidden from separating plants from the earth. For a child, this creates a very strange new friction. Arad is being told to approach an intensely desirable object, engage his senses, and then walk away, denying his hands the one thing his eyes and nose are telling him to grab. This quiet correction at the kitchen table serves a much larger purpose. It is the initial, intimate step in teaching a child the mechanics of environmental restraint. The next morning, this education expands from a single household to the entire population. The village migrates out of their homes and settles directly into the sprawling, blossoming plains. People wear brightly colored clothing, sing together, and sit beneath the shade of ancient trees. They are consciously choosing to exist alongside the environment rather than merely exploiting it. The architecture of this event is guided by the village elder, a wise woman named Mare Ain. She is responsible for ensuring the community's ecological philosophy actually takes root in the next generation. She gathers the children and delivers a specific thesis. She tells them, "The earth is our mother. If we care for her, she will always grow flowers for us." She actively removes the concept of conservation from the realm of strict rules, reframing it as a reciprocal, familial relationship. The joy of the festival acts as an effective delivery mechanism. By wrapping a firm environmental law in music, community, and maternal storytelling, abstract ecological values become deeply ingrained social habits. The true test of this social conditioning happens away from the crowd. Deep in the field, isolated from his family, Arad discovers a singularly flawless flower. The impulse takes over. He reaches out, his fingers closing in, preparing to snap the stem and claim the prize. In that exact fraction of a second, two conflicting directives collide in his mind. The raw biological desire to take the flower goes head-to-head with the specific warnings of his mother and the teachings of Mare Ain. Arad pulls his hand back. He looks at the plant and realizes the truth of the elder's lesson, stating out loud, "A flower is happier if it stays in the soil." In this isolated moment, with no adults watching, the community's framework succeeds. Cultivated logic successfully overrides his default human instinct. The local ecosystem offers an immediate physical reward for his restraint. Seconds after he steps back, a vibrant butterfly descends and lands directly on the untouched petals. This split-screen logic tree visualizes the mathematical reality of Arad's choice. If he extracts the primary asset, the flower, it dies in his hands and its value drops to zero. By practicing restraint and leaving the asset anchored in the soil, the flower retains its vibrancy. And as we see here on the right side of the model, leaving that initial resource intact exponentially increases the value of the surrounding environment. The living flower attracts the butterfly, which facilitates pollination, linking outward to support a massive, invisible network of biological activity. Nature's sheer complexity reveals itself only when we stop trying to possess its individual parts. By stepping back, we allow the machinery of the ecosystem to operate undisturbed. Ava watches her brother spare the flower and the butterfly arrive. She marks the moment by giving him a new title, Guardian of Nature. This isn't just a label, but a recognition of his choice. By choosing to let the flower stand, Arad has moved from someone who merely consumes the beauty around him to someone who acts to protect it. As the afternoon winds down, the festival enters its final phase. The music stops, and the entire village raises their hands to perform a solemn, communal vow of gratitude to the earth, the water, and the flora. This animated loop breaks down the 3 pillars of their pledge. The villagers commit to planting trees to anchor soil, conserving water to maintain supply, and protecting flowers from extraction. The continuous cycling of these actions guarantees the ecosystem's survival. The children of Gol Abad arrive at the festival as eager tourists looking for things to collect. They walk back to their homes as integrated, long-term stewards of the valley. They understand exactly how their ecosystem functions. True guardians step into the wild and refrain from asking what they can take. They ask what they must protect.
سلام دوستان. امروز میخوام شما رو به یه جای بی‌نظیر ببرم. روستایی به اسم گل‌آباد که وقتی زمستونش تموم میشه یهو مثل یه معجزه از خواب بیدار میشه. برف‌ها آب میشن، دشت‌ها پر از گل‌های وحشی میشن و میتونید صدای زنده شدن طبیعت رو با گوش‌های خودتون بشنوین. چشمه‌ها دوباره زلال میشن و پرنده‌های مهاجر به شاخه‌ها برمیگردن. تو این روستا 2 خواهر برادر به اسمهای آراد و آوا زندگی میکنن که عاشق این وقت سال هستن. همزمان که روستا داره برای جشنواره بهاری آماده میشه، آراد با کلی ذوق و هیجان از مادرش میپرسه مامان میشه گلها رو بچینیم و با خودمون ببریم؟ اما مادرش به جای یه نه ساده یه دیدگاه خیلی قشنگ بهش میده. اون میگه اگه گل رو بچینی همون لحظه زندگیش رو تموم کردی. اما اگه بذاری تو خاک ریشه داشته باشه به رشدش ادامه میده و همه میتونن به جای چند ساعت تا هفته‌ها از زیبایی و عطرش لذت ببرن. اینطوری زیبایی دره برای همه میمونه، نه اینکه تو دستای ما زود پژمرده بشه. فردا صبح کل مردم روستا با لباسهای رنگارنگ و با موسیقی میرن تو دل طبیعت تا تغییر فصل رو جشن بگیرن. اونجا یکی از بزرگان روستا به اسم مهرائین یه راز قدیمی رو به بچه‌ها یاد میده. اون میگه زمین مثل مادر همه ماست که نیازهای انسانها و گیاهان رو برآورده میکنه. اما این چرخه فقط زمانی کار میکنه که ما هم متقابلاً از گیاهان مراقبت کنیم تا زنده بمونن. توی گل‌آباد مراقبت از طبیعت یه وظیفه خانوادگیه که از زمانهای قدیم برای زنده موندن همه به ارث رسیده. عصر همون روز یه اتفاق جالب میفته. آراد از شلوغی جمعیت دور میشه و یه گل خیلی خوش رنگ و تنها رو میبینه. غریزش بهش میگه گل رو بچینه و حتی دستش رو هم دراز میکنه، اما یهو مکث میکنه. اون تصمیم میگیره گل رو تو خاک رها کنه و پاداش این کارش رو همون لحظه میگیره. یه پروانه رنگارنگ پرواز میکنه و دقیقاً میاد رو همون گلی که آراد نچیده بود میشینه. آراد متوجه میشه که با نچیدن اون یه دونه گل تونسته یه پناهگاه و زیستگاه کوچیک رو برای اون پروانه حفظ کنه. در واقع همین خویشتن‌داری های کوچیک ماست که باعث میشه طبیعت بتونه نفس بکشه و شکوفا بشه. در پایان جشنواره مردم روستا دور هم جمع میشن تا 3 قول و پیمان مهم به زمین بدن. اول اینکه برای تشکر از زمین درختای جدید بکارن. دوم اینکه قدر چشمه ها رو بدونن و هیچ وقت آب رو هدر ندن. و سوم اینکه به گل ها فقط نگاه کنن و هرگز بهشون آسیبی نرسونن. اینطوری میشه که بچه‌های روستای گل‌آباد از تماشاچی‌های ساده به نگهبانان فعال طبیعت تبدیل میشن. اونا یاد میگیرن که عشق به طبیعت رو به کارهای عملی تبدیل کنن تا مطمئن بشن خونه‌شون برای نسل‌های آینده هم سرسبز و پر از گل‌های زیبا باقی میمونه. شما چطور؟ آیا شما هم دوست دارید مثل بچه‌های روستای گل‌آباد یک نگهبان زمین باشین؟ از بین اون 3 پیمان قشنگ روستا، کاشتن درخت، هدر ندادن آب یا فقط تماشا کردن گلها، شما قول میدید کدومش رو از همین امروز انجام بدید؟ حتما تو کامنت ها برامون بنویسید. اگه این داستان بهتون حس خوبی داد و شما هم به معجزه طبیعت باور دارین، حتما این ویدیو رو لایک کنین و برای دوستانتون که عاشق محیط زیست هستن بفرستین. یادتون نره دکمه سابسکرایب رو بزنین و زنگوله رو فعال کنین تا توی ویدیوهای بعدی با هم داستانهای جذابتری رو کشف کنیم.